Right now, America is waiting to hear what the president has to say about bringing U.S. troops home from Afghanistan. Mr. Obama is set to address the nation tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. California Congressman Duncan Hunter is a Republican on the Armed Services Committee and joins us now. Washington Congressman Adam Smith is the committee's ranking Democrat. Congressman Smith, to you first. What are you hoping to hear from the president?
Well, I think we want to see more details on his plan for the drawdown in Afghanistan. There's a pretty broad consensus that we're going to have a drawdown. The question is how quick. You know, the goal is to be done by 2014, but what does that ramp look like? And I think tonight the president has the opportunity to lay out for us the progress that we've made, what that progress means for our future plans, and what his specific goals are in terms of drawing down our troops. We've had, some success in Afghanistan, but the cost continues to be enormous, and I think everybody in America wants to get to the point where we can bring our troops home.
Well, the cost is enormous, Congressman Hunter, as you know, but the argument is that if you draw down too quickly and you walk away from it now, then everything we've spent so far, especially the lives that have been given, that becomes a waste. What do you say? No,
absolutely true, but there's a very small minority in Congress, I think, that wants to pull out totally. The majority of us recognize our long-term national security interests in Afghanistan. What I'm curious about tonight with the announcement is if we're going to draw down troops, are we going to change strategy too? Are we going to go from a counterinsurgency strategy to more of a counterterrorism strategy because we're going to have fewer people? In order for counterinsurgency to work right, you got to have boots on the ground and a lot of boots on the ground. So as we draw down in troop numbers and troop strength, are we also going to make our objectives more attainable? I think we can do that. I think we can be successful in making sure that the bad guys in Afghanistan don't turn their attention to our homeland by using fewer troops, but that's going to take the president changing the objectives and making them clear-cut to the American people as we draw down troops. Because as we draw them down, we have to change the strategy, I think, in order for any type of drawdown to succeed.
Congressman Smith, I have read, and you're closer, obviously, to the intelligence on all of this than I am, so I want to get your take on this. I have read that the Pentagon's commanders have said to the president, essentially, we'd like to have 2 more full fighting seasons before we start a serious drawdown. If that is their advice, and I guess I'm asking you to confirm that, would you essentially opt for the same kind of plan, take a smaller number of troops out now and a larger number at the end of next year?
Well, I can't confirm that directly, but certainly the military is always very cautious. They were cautious in Iraq as well. We had a hearing in the Armed Services Committee this morning about the drawdown in Iraq, and we're down to 50, or I guess it's 46,000 troops now in Iraq. We're hoping to get down to 0 by the end of the year. There were some commanders who thought that pace was too quick, but Iraq has been able to stand. And remember, in Afghanistan, they have trained an enormous number of Afghan military and police. So I agree with Duncan on the balance there. What is the mission? How many boots do you have on the ground? But our hope is to increase the number of Afghan boots on the ground, and we've done that. So I think we do need to have a realistic plan for that drawdown. But we're going to have to start proceeding forward on that, both because of the need in terms of cost, but also, we can't be there forever. The Afghans have to take responsibility.
Congressman Hunter, I know you're an Afghan veteran yourself. Is this a situation where the president has to press the Pentagon and say, no, let's do it a little quicker than you guys might want to do it?
He probably does. I would, with all due respect to our military leadership, they're still inside that, what I would, and it's hard for them to get outside of that. So they're going to press for more troops, and they're going to press for more time. They're going to show that we have made successes, but like Adam said, we haven't made as much success as we would have liked after this much amount of time, this much amount of money, and as many lives as have been spent over there. So, that's where he's at. He's going to have to mollify his military leadership, and he's going to have to mollify his base too. And that's what I kind of see him doing here. He's trying to make everybody happy.
Congressman Hunter from the Republican side, Congressman Smith from the Democratic side. Good to get both of your views on today. Thank you.